Here we are, walking down the street. Hello, world. For those who are out there watching. Good evening, Inner Peas. Welcome. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Pigeon Mac, just in time. Yes, you are. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Janice, hello, Peas. Hello, Janice. Tonight we are playing General Crime Trivia. All of these questions are left over from January 2021 to January of 2022. Sal, happy Gnosis, happy Gnosis. Hello, sweetheart. Hey, just come in and say it before you go to sleep. I know it's got to be late at night in England. Well, I hope you're doing well, happy Gnosis. Susan MPG, good evening. Dee Dee, good evening. Ricard, good evening. Welcome everyone to tonight's trivia. Scott B, good evening. Purple, good evening. All right, as I was saying, all these questions tonight, this is general crime trivia. There's a little bit of mix of each of them. If they are from music or from dumb criminals or whatever, it'll say right in the actual question itself where these questions come from. But these are all leftover questions from January of 2020, from January 20 of 21, 2021 to January of 2022. These are questions that just didn't get used in trivia for whatever reason. Either I had come up with a list of 15, 21, or whatever it was for that night. It's midnight, Will. Early start tomorrow. You okay? I'm doing great, Happy Gnosis, and thank you for asking, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if anybody needs to really check out, Happy Gnosis's YouTube channel, she does terrific work. I'm really glad that I found her YouTube channel. I'm glad that she's here with us, even if it's just for a small part tonight. I really appreciate it. It's spelled just as how she has it on the screen there. Happy Gnosis. All right. Well, let's get this party started, ladies and gentlemen, with the first question for tonight. Again, these are all from mixed from different, nights of trivia that these questions just never got used. I've got my standard E answers ready. All right, here we go. Ooh, and I'll go back to the first one and get the first one up on stage, not the second one. All right, first question tonight. In the dead of the night he struck, he often watched his victims for extended amounts of time. The media gave this monster two names. The first was Red Phantom. What was the second name they gave this monster? Was it A, Red Dragon, B, the West Side Strangler, C, Zodiac, or D, Night Strangler? Samantha Muster McDowell, good evening. Elaine, Ann, good evening. Well, thank you for putting that up, Inner Peace, putting up Happy Gnosis' YouTube link. Please go check out her YouTube channel. Red Phantom. What was the Red Phantom's other name? Purple Wings is going with C. Janet's going with C, please. In the dead of the night he struck. He often watched his victims for extended amounts of time. The media gave this monster two names. The first was Red Phantom. What was the second name? Well, thank you, Peyton. I appreciate that. And Peyton is going with D. Samantha Mustard McDowell is just up. Thank you, Samantha, for doing that. I appreciate that. And I truly hope that you'll be able to catch one of her live streams. She does an excellent job. In the dead of the night, he made the dead of night. That's good, Pigeon Mac. All right. Question number 1. The correct answer is C as in cat. The Zodiac. Originally called the Red Phantom. They later settled on Zodiac after his puzzles, that he would, in letters that he sent to the media, where he referred to himself as a Zodiac. But before they actually first started receiving the letters, they called him the Red Phantom. So I'm off to get great started. There you go. All right, I'll move over here, get my thing on the right page. Agent 99. Good evening, Agent 99. Gotta only miss one. First question. Cement Shoes. Good evening, sir. We're on to question number 2. General crime trivia. He's seen himself as helping others, a guardian angel of sorts. Donald Harvey confessed to over a dozen murders. Strangely, he only had one reason for them all. What was it in his words? Was it A, voice told him to kill? B, he wanted to kill? C, his friend told him to kill? Or D, he believed a demon made him? For all those who are just joining us, all of these questions tonight on the trivia are leftover questions that never got asked. And any of the other trivia nights, there's some dumb criminals in here. There is serial killers. There's crime trivia. There's music trivia. There's a little bit of everything here. These are leftover questions from January 2021 to January of 2022. So there's a little bit of everything here tonight in this trivia night. Cement Shoes is guessing D, a demon. He believes a demon made him. Oh, cool. Grab bag of trivia. Yes, it is. It is a grab bag. A little bit of everything. I don't have enough to make another one quite like this, but I could if everybody enjoys this trivia night. I have 12 additional ones that haven't been asked before. But I could always put together, add 3 or 4 more to it, and and make another night like this. Wouldn't be that hard. Mama and Papa's told him to do it. Mama Cass Elliott. Don't think Mama Cass Elliott would do something like that, but who knows? I didn't know her. Samantha's going with A. Purple is either B or D. It's one of those. I'd obey Mama Cass. Question number 2. He's seen himself as helping others, a guardian angel of sorts. Donald Harvey confessed to over a dozen murders. Strangely, he only had one reason for them all. What was it? The correct answer to question 2, ladies and gentlemen, is B as in boy. He wanted to kill. When the detective was sitting down with him in the interview room and they asked him, why did you want to kill? He said, I was protecting them. They needed to die, and I was helping relieve their pain and suffering. I was doing the right thing for them. He did it because he wanted to kill them. Anna, you go with the mountain lion. All right. Question number 3. Catholic priest John Fiat got away with his crimes for over 56 years. His first victim was no one to him. She wasn't even a member of his parish. The second one was personal. What he do? What did he do? Was it A, molest children? B, rob the church of over $1 million? C, told lies about the victims to destroy their lives? Or was it D, murder? Barry Lyon. Oh my gosh. You better buy a lottery ticket. You got 2 of them right off the bat. Started watching Knuckle trivia, but I haven't added someone else in. He's quite interesting enough for a whole 15 questions. There you go. He's a strange one for sure. He drank all the holy wine. That's what all the Catholic priests I know do. Unfortunately, even my deacon is currently doing 23 years in federal penitentiary for molesting several young Latino boys. Yeah. The man who married me and my wife is currently in the federal penitentiary. Never would have guessed it, but that's where he is. I'm Catholic. It could be all of them. Could be. You can't waste blood of Christ. You can't. You got to drink it all. Catholic priest John Fiat got away with his crimes for over 56 years. That's a long time. His first victim was no one to him. She wasn't even a member of his parish. The second one was personal. What did he do? Trust no one, question everything, says Samantha. Usually a good idea. The second one was personal. What did he do? TNOQE? What? Don't understand that one, Pigeon Mac. Catholic Church has wine. It's all good. All right, question number 3. The correct answer is D as in dog, murder. He murdered the first one, but she wasn't even a member of his parish. He didn't even know her. He dumped the first victim alongside the freeway. Right, well, it was a frontage road that ran parallel to the freeway. He dumped her there. The second one, he didn't care. He wanted to get her back because he thought that she was turning him into the authorities, and talking about him behind his back. So it was very personal with her. Stabbed the living crap out of her and strangled her. Dang, back down to 66%. Yeah, I got one right. This is why choir boys all have sore knees. Oh. Question number 4. What is the last name of the husband and wife team of detectives from the Agatha Christie novels that solved crimes together? Is it A, Brady, B, Simpson, C, Bresford, or D, Schrimmer? What is the last name of the detectives from the Agatha Christie novels? Question number 4. I could call him a lot stronger names. Hey, Kayla, good evening. Welcome to tonight's trivia, Kayla. I hope you had a wonderful week and weekend. Cagney and Lacey. I used to like watching that show, Cagney and Lacey. It was a good show. It's been a long time. I haven't even seen reruns of it, and it seems like forever. Mitchell and Webb. Cagney and Lacey. Mandela. The Mandela effect. Love Mitchell and Webb. What is the last name of the husband and wife team of detectives from the Agatha Christie novels? Purple's going with D. Starsky and Hutch. E. Morphew. Oh, Barry couldn't be a detective. Boy can't even figure out how to I mean, he's so far he's gotten away with murder, but he ain't that bright though. All right, question 4. The correct answer is C, as in cat, Breastford. C, as in cat, for number 4. Moving on to question number 5. Done was that one. In the state of California, you must have which of the following if you wish to set a mousetrap? By that, I mean a mousetrap where it is certain to cause harm or of death. That should be or. Harm or death of a mouse. Is it A, you must have an insurance bond? B, you must have completed an 80-hour class? C, you must have a humane license for burial permit? Or D, you must have a hunting permit? Now, this question is about professionals, not a homeowner, but a professional. In the state of California, you must have which of the following if you wish to set a mousetrap? By that, I mean a mousetrap where it is certain to cause harm or death for a mouse. This question is confusing you? E, a mousetrap. If you're a professional in the state of California, rodent extermination, whatever you want to call them, professional mouse killer, you must have which of these in order to set a trap that will cause harm or death for a mouse? And oddly, and a lot of people don't know this, but there used to be professional rat and mice catchers in just about every major city around the world. There used to be professionals. That's all they did was hunt mice and rats. Welcome, Anita. No animals were hurt in this production. They had dogs, yeah, especially rat terriers. Rat terriers and small little dogs. Strong stomach. That's where the breed rat terriers came from, was from hunting. As a little boy, my dad got paid 10 cents a tail at the dump. There you go. Yeah, there used to be whole professions around it. Very, admirable, job. A lot of the rat catcher in jobs itself, you have to think about, disease and how it was spread. Like the Black Plague was caused. Well, it was spread by the fleas that hitched a ride on the backs of rats and mice. And that's how the Black Plagues got spread around. So they paid people to hunt them down, kill them all. Those were the days. We used to dream of living in a corridor. Jack Russell Terriers, little whores they are. I've never had a Jack Russell Terrier. I've had a couple of different breeds of terriers, but I've never had a Jack Russell. That's cool. My cats catch me little mices. I used to have a really good mouse catching cat. She used to bring them to me on my porch, what was left of them. And sometimes she wouldn't kill them, and she'd just catch them and then play with them. And then once they stopped being, playful or running around, then she'd get bored of them and she'd leave them wherever she caught them. Six Sense Amelia, good evening. Welcome. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Fox Terriers are good ratters too. In the state of California, you must have which of the following if you wish to set a mouse trap. By that I mean a mouse trap where it will certainly cause harm or death to a mouse. The correct answer is D as in dog. Even to this day, if you look at the licensing for someone who works in the field of a rodent extermination in the state of California, that extermination license is under the Bureau of Hunting. Hunting and trapping license is under hunting in the state of California. So D as in dog. You must have a hunting permit. 80%. People used to live in roundhouses because they believed spirits lived in corners. I guess this happens around houses still stand in Bristol and Birmingham. I've heard that before. That spirits are always trapped, or they stay in corners. I failed tonight, but this is fun. We're only on question 5. Pigeon Mac, never know. They're all changed. Okay, going on to question 6. In the state of Kentucky, it is illegal and punishable of a fine of up to $150 and 10 days in jail for each of the offenses. If a woman does what with a man more than 3 times? Is it A, has sex with him while pretending it's enjoyable? B, tells him she isn't hungry, then eats any part of his food? C, marries him? Or D, say to him, have fun with the guys when she doesn't mean it? Which one of those is a fine and up to 10 days in jail? Can B be international law, please? I have this happen to me all the time. My wife always tells me I'm not hungry, and then she'll eat my fries or eat whatever's on my plate. Oh, I'll just have a couple of these. Eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. Isn't it age just after you're married? In the state of Kentucky, it is illegal and punishable of a fine of up to $150 and 10 days in jail for each offense if a woman does what with a man more than 3 times. Traditional RE buildings only have one window and a door for a similar reason, so night spirits can sneak through and back past the warrior's spiritual entrances. I do not know that, Amelia. Thank you. Huh. Did not know. Learn something new every day. Now I want chicken, and I'm making Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes. Oh, I want Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes. That sounds good. You're unable to read the screen? I'm sorry, Amelia. Can everybody else see the screen? Purple's going with C. Looks good, says Pigeon Mac. I see it. Inner peas. Purple. Not really. It's my phone. Oh, I'm sorry, Amelia. Screen is clear on right, Cartsen. Screen is very blurry. Oh, wow. It looks perfectly good on my end. I don't know where the blurriness is coming from. Well, I hope that that's not that way for every one of them. Too blurry, says Samantha. Must be migraines. LOL. All right, question 6. It's just a goofy enough to be it. In the state of Kentucky, it is illegal and punishable a fine of up to $150 and 10 days in jail for each offense if a woman does what with a man more than 3 times. The correct answer is not B. It should be B, but it's not. It's actually C, as in cat, marries him more than 3 times. They can be married up to 3 times, but on the 4th time that they get married, she can be charged with an offense and actually be charged with that crime, and if found guilty of it, pay a fine of $150 or up to 10 days in jail. C as in cat. It is called a blue law. It has been on the books in the state of Kentucky since the state of Kentucky was formed. It is not very well used these days, but it could be because they've never repealed it or passed another law to take away the punishment of this law. Only the wife and not the husband. Only the wife, Kayla. It says right in the law that the female may not marry the same man more than 3 times. It's actually in the law. Who got married so many times that they had to make a law? I don't know, Pigeon Mac. That I can't answer the question of why would anybody want to marry the same person more than twice? I mean, let alone 3 or 4 times. What about the husband? There is nothing in this law, Anita, that actually says that it would be illegal for the husband to do it. It says right in the law in the first sentence, it's illegal for the woman to do this. Doesn't say anything about the man. So, obviously, the law was written by a man. So, they're going to exclude themselves right away. All right, going on to question 7. A strange punishment for adultery started in medieval times actually showed up in the American colonies with a twist. Which one was it? Was it A, public whipping with clothes on? B, a walk of shame, walk nude in public? C, wearing a wooden barrel or iron mask? Or D, forced to move out of town without notice? Don't you love old laws? Yeah, blue laws are funny. There's a lot of old blue laws. I think in Idaho, you're not allowed to have a giraffe and tie it to a tree. Or I think that's Idaho or something like that. There's a lot of like really bizarre laws like that. Excuse me. A woman had to marry her husband 3 times. A strange punishment for adultery that started in medieval times actually showed up in American colonies with a twist. Which one was it? I've been arrested for it. C. Wearing a wooden barrel or iron mask. Gotta go, peeps. Dinner is ready. Well, Kayla, you have a wonderful week ahead, and thank you again for stopping in tonight. Say hello to your better half for us. Women have been blamed for the beginning of time. Yeah, that's true, Anita. In a lot of circumstances, they've been blamed for a lot of things that, you know, crops didn't turn out right. It must be a woman. The weather sucks. It's got to be because of evil spirits because of a woman. They have been. Not right. Janet Harlow, good evening and welcome to tonight's trivia. Urinate against the driver's carriage door as long as there's a goose in the passenger seat. Oh, really? I did not know that one. A strange punishment for adultery that started in medieval times actually showed up in American colonies with a twist. Which one was it? We're just not as good as men. I don't know about that. But yeah, because men won't take the blame. Which one of these punishments for adultery showed up in American colonies? Peanut doors. Some of you may have gotten this reference from a TV series that recently is still on the air. I got to go too. Sleep time. Great to be able to catch you live, Will. And thank you for welcoming to everyone in the chat. Well, you have a great week ahead, Happy Gnosis. And thank you again. All right. The answer to question 7 is B as in boy. Walk of shame. Walk nude in public. The walk of shame, the night after, or whatever you want to call it. The walk of shame. Wow, reading actually serves me well for once. All right. Well, why would women want to be equal to men? Would have to lower our standards a lot. It's a good one, Amelia. It's a good one. Because oh, question 8. What was Giovanni Versace, the clothing designer's connection to the stalker and eventual killer? Was the connection between the two? Was it A, didn't know him, never met him? Excuse me. B, a scorned ex-lover? C, served him coffee at Starbucks? Or D, a former employee recently fired? What was the connection between Giovanni Versace and his stalker and eventual killer? All men start out as women. Whoa. And the strut of success. E, mountain lion. What was Giovanni Versace's, the clothing designer's, connection to his stalker and eventual killer? I read the book about Andrew Cunning's Call Vulgar Flavors, which was very well written. I'm going to have to look that book up. B, 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 and B, and D. Can't even read what D says. D says, Amelia, former employee recently fired. The options are A, didn't know him, never met him. B, a scorned ex-lover. C, served him coffee at Starbucks. Or D, former employee recently fired. What was the connection between Giovanni Versace's stalker and eventual killer? No fury. Oh, I skipped on to the next question already. Man, that went really. I don't know what happened there. Amelia is going with D. Tammy, good evening. Welcome to tonight's trivia. Tammy is going with C. Served him coffee at Starbucks. Oh, no problem, Amelia. Okay, question 8. The correct answer is B, as in boy. B, scorned ex-lover. Trying to make sure it goes to number 9 and not to 11 for some reason here. Because I put my hover over the arrow down here in the corner, the lower left. It wants to skip to number 11. I don't know why it's doing. Let's try this again. There we go. She could have cared less if her daughter was ever found. Casey Anthony, starts with an E, ends with an H, should be the one who passed on. Who actually found the remains of Kaylee Anthony? Was it A, tow truck driver, B, a police officer, C, a jogger, or D, a meter maid? Who actually found the remains of Kaylee Anthony? They also say they could have cared less when it should be couldn't have cared less. Cali Lisa, thank you. Some of the questions when it comes to how they're written out, I didn't actually write. I just copy and pasted them into the actual stream questions itself. So if they're worded incorrectly, I'm sorry. I don't have time all the time to check to see if they're correctly dramatically written out correct. Try to, but then again, I also make mistakes as well where it's supposed to be or and I type of because the two letters are they're right next to each other on a keyboard and I didn't have to take the time, and that's my fault to actually check them. All right, question number 9. The correct answer is D as in dog, a meter maid. Question 9 is D. A meter maid actually found Kaylee Anthony's remains. And if you're in the need of a private detective, Casey Anthony is for hire right now in Florida. She has her license to be a private investigator. So look her up if you're looking for a murderous mother who knows how to dispose of a body and not care. All right, question 10. Otis Toole confessed to kidnapping and murder of Adam Walsh, John Walsh's son, former host of America's Most Wanted. As of 2020, does the FBI believe he actually did it? True or false? A, true. They believe. B, false. They now believe he didn't do it. As of 2020, does the FBI believe that Otis Toole actually killed John Walsh's son, Adam? I cheated and I'm still losing. You despise Otis Toole? Well, Otis Toole is not exactly somebody you want to bring home to mom and dad and introduce them to. I can understand that one, Cement Shoes. He's one scary looking dude though, in a psychopathic, killer way. And Lane's going with A. Good riddance either way. E. They don't care. True or false? Does the FBI believe that Otis Toole actually killed Adam Walsh? Is Julia really Madeleine McCain? Don't know. He makes me look like Robert Redford. I'm sure you look a lot like Robert Redford already. I don't know. I've never seen a picture of what cement shoes look like, but don't you? Become so familiar with people, in the streams. Even if they don't use their own picture, particularly then you kind of like form an opinion of what you think somebody might look like. I think evidence was lost here. Total guess is no. Too many differences to me. If he was fat and with red hair. Didn't Robert Redford have red hair? Or am I thinking of another actor? I thought he had red hair and then blonde, and brown. I mean, actors change their hair colors for the roles they're playing, but for some reason in my head, I always pick. Or maybe I'm thinking of another actor. Oh well, blonde. Cali Lisa says he had blonde hair. Okay, well, all right. So maybe I am thinking of a different actor. Maybe it's the Robert Redford thing where I'm thinking it's red hair. I'm making that connection that way. Carrot Top? No, I doubt it's Carrot Top. And by the way, I've actually seen Carrot Top in person, and that boy is jacked. He is one fitness guru. Apparently, he works out 5 days a week. He is just muscular bound. He looks like an MMA fighter. Ginger. I look less awful than Carrot Top and Buster McDowell. Murdoch. Should have kept a closer eye on his son. What? Yeah, but that happens, right, Cart? I mean, I've been there myself. You get distracted by something, and then in a split second later, they're just gone. I've had that happen to me. I'm sitting there one day with my son, and the next minute I see him, just tearing ass in the opposite direction, across a field. Alex is evil. I saw Gallagher at the fairgrounds. That'd be cool. Alex Muraugh's son, Buster. I have no idea what Buster looks like. Cement shoes, to tell you the truth. Um, to answer question number 10, the correct answer is A as in apple. Starfire, just in time. A as in apple. They believe that the circumstances, the evidence that they have at this point would definitely prove that Otis Toole was the person who killed Adam Walsh. So A as an apple. You Engelbert Humperdinck? He was watermelons with a sledgehammer. That'd be cool. The old Gallagher routine with the sledge-o-matic. The sledge-o-matic. All right, question 11. Alfred Hitchcock wasn't afraid to take inspirations for his scripts and movies from popular. What script and movie was loosely based on the murderers Loeb and Leopold in 1920s murderers? Was it A, Rope, B, Dial M for Murder, C, Window, or D, The Birds? Which movie script was loosely based on the murder Loeb and Leopold from the 1920s? How old was John Walsh's son? How old was Adam? I think he was like 7. I'm not sure entirely. I'm just right card. I'm guessing that just on the mental picture that I have in my head. He could have been younger. Loved movies B, C, and D. Was 8? I mean, I'm basing my guess just solely on, the mental picture that I had in my head. Yeah, 6 or 7 is right in there. He should be the age that you are now. He was 6, says Purple. Either way, it's a tragedy. Never should have happened. Janet Harlow is going with A. Rope. Elaine B. Starfire B. Alfred Hitchcock wasn't afraid to take inspiration for his scripts and movies from popular culture. Which one of these was loosely based on Loeb and Leopold, the 1920s murderers, who, by the way, in case you're not familiar with Loeb and Leopold, they wanted to commit what they called the perfect murder. Very well to do. They had, a very good home life, education, everything about their lives were going and trending in the right direction. Why they decided to do this, don't know. There's a lot of speculation out there of why they think that they did it. They think that Loeb was the mastermind. At least a lot of people point that way. He will be 51 on the 28th. Since my mind isn't connecting the others. Cement 76er. Loeb and Leopold. Alfred Hitchcock. I don't know who ever get over that, would you? As a parent, Amelia, I don't think, speaking for myself, I don't think I could ever get past, having one of my children pass before me. Murdered, or that they died from something else. I don't think I could ever get past it. I don't know. I don't know how parents do it. And my heart goes out to each and every parent out there that has ever had their, seen their child, murdered. That's why, what the type of crimes that really pissed me off the most is school shootings. One place that they should be safe is, getting an education. All the other places out there where, crimes happen and children are affected by them, in their homes, they should be safe, and at school, getting an education and developing and, finding their way in this world. but that's just me. All right. The correct answer to question 11 is A as in apple, rope. The movie Rope was part of it is loosely based on Loeb and Leopold, the 1920s murders. If you want a good reading, I highly suggest looking up Loeb and Leopold. There are some really good documentaries over on Curiosity, which is another website that you have to pay for. But on Curiosity, there's some people on there who have some really good documentaries about Loeb and Leopold. You said you were going to be 47 soon, so I was asking February or March. Scroll up. Why won't it go up? There it is. Brenda Slater didn't like Mondays. Can't believe Florida jury gave the Parkland guy life. Yeah, that's true. All right, question 12. This is from Dumb Criminals Trivia Night. High on meth, no mountain lion around, or in 1980s Yugo to make an escape. A St. Louis man decided to carjack to get a ride to his drug dealer because, of course, he needed more meth. Was it A hearse on the way to a funeral, B, a police car with two cops inside, C, an ice cream truck broken down with a flat tire, or D, a man riding a three-wheel bike? This is from the Dumb Criminal Trivia Night. High on meth with no mountain lion around, or a 1980s Yugo to make an escape. St. Louis man decided to carjack who to get a ride to his drug dealer because, of course, he needed more meth. Which one did he decide to carjack? A hearse, a police car, an ice cream truck, or a man in a three-wheel bicycle? This question didn't copy and paste that part. All right, I may have added the first part of that, but the question itself, the rest of it's from another trivia. I find hilarity either way. Reichard Sparky is controversy over safe. Meth heads are funny. Though they definitely do some funny things. I could tell you some stories about some crazy things that my nephew do when high on meth. Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. There you go. Addiction is not funny, but the way my meth head cuz acts is funny. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that, Pigeon Mac. Meth doesn't just destroy the addict themselves, it destroys the entire family and friends and everybody around them. I think only about 10 states have death penalty now. It's something like that, Janice. And then of those states that do have it, how many of them are actively using it? I mean, we all know Texas is actively using it. They actively, they got people lined up and they're like, all right, here, next we go. They do a group of them and then another group of them. You have to step away to survive. This is absolutely true, Pigeon Mac. You do. A sounds goofy enough. They all die of old age. high on no mountain lying around or a 1980s Yugo to make an escape. A St. Louis man decided to carjack to get a ride to his drug dealer because, of course, he needed more meth. Which one did he decide to carjack? Makes me sad, but then I replaced that dysfunction with new trivia for even Texas gives them deals to plead guilty and won't execute you if you pled guilty. The answer to question 12, ladies and gentlemen, is B as in boy. A police car with two officers in it. They were sitting alongside of the street, in a parking lot area. They were kind of half in, half out of a parking lot, but on a side street. And they were reading a dispatch that come over on their communications device and that like tablet thing in the computer. And the gentleman opened up door with a gun and tried to carjack two officers in a car so he could get a ride to his drug dealer. Of course, they both quickly escorted the car and then placed him under arrest. And you'll be surprised, additionally, he was a felon in possession a stolen gun. What? Those criminals? I thought they obeyed the law. You just wing it. All right, question 13. Oop, that's 14. 13. Two men paid to transport drugs from Florida to Boston, Massachusetts, stopped for speeding. When officers approached the car, drugs could be seen in clear sight. They did hide some drugs in bags marked what? A, don't show police. B, cocaine. C, bag full of drugs. Or D, hide in trunk from sight. This is from another stupid criminals list. Two men were paid to transport drugs from Florida to Boston, Massachusetts. They were stopped for speeding. When an officer approached the car, he could see in clear sight drugs. They did hide some bags marked what? E, pot. I saw this one on Scott Reich. Didn't know it was on Scott's channel. The stupid criminal on Scott's channel. That's cool. Salon would be cocaine. This last Friday, my meth head nephew set his dad on fire. Shit. I'm sorry about that. JDR, good evening and welcome to tonight's trivia. Rule number 1, don't be lighting people on fire. Usually a good rule. I'm going to have to agree with that, Pigeon Mac. I think they won Dumb Criminal of the Week. I keep missing the lights even though I enjoy it. Oh, that's all right, JDR. Good evening, Lemon Pie. Hello, all. Hello to you, Lemon Pie. Lamont on the Run did shout out of your channel, Will, Recoveries with perverts. Yes, I know. I was I was really surprised when I watched the episode. He was at a Bucky's, um, gas station again. And for all those people out there, you read the comment section of that. So many people are like, Bucky's, look at that. They have all that jerky. That's a Bucky's for you, ladies and gentlemen. You've never been to a truck stop car, place to get gasoline here in America, unless until you've never been to anything like it. It's the places are massive, and they have everything there. Fair play. But I was really surprised when he did that. That was really nice of him to give me a shout out like that. I've been following Lamont's. Well, I subscribe to every channel except for what is it, Big Bigelow, Black Bigelow. I don't that the content he's used to post to that one a lot, but very seldom now. But Fascinating Graveyards, Lamont on the Run, and Lamont at Large. I subscribe to all of them, and I really enjoy his content. I try to catch every one of his streams, but I missed his stream the other night. Of course, that happened while I was asleep. So I saw that at Bucky's. Question number 13. 2 men were paid to transport drugs from Florida to Boston, Massachusetts, were stopped for speeding. When an officer approached the car, he could see drugs in clear sight. They did hide some of the bags of drugs. What were those bags marked, ladies and gentlemen? Question 13. The correct answer is C, as in cat, on the actual bags themselves with a black Sharpie marker. They labeled the bags bag full of drugs. No kidding. Oh, well, I guess we know what's in that bag. Well, Mutt said that you are like a hawk on the Lysic. Well, I'm doing my part as good as I can, as much as I can. Every victim of a sexual crime, be it a child or an adult, the perpetrator of that crime needs to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Sex crimes do not just affect the one victim, and that's it. Every sexual crime victim that affects generation after generation of individuals. If when they grow up, it affects the rest of their lives. If they have children, it affects their life, and it affects everyone around that actual victim. It steals everything from them, and they need to be called out. All right, question 14. This one is from music. Record albums are more and more collected. A first printing of Arlo Guthrie's album Arlo, printed by Reprise Records, can bring up to $300. Why is this? A, the catalog number RS6299 catalog number is missing from the jacket. B, the back cover says nothing above the car he is on. C, does not list the record at Bitter In Records. Or D, it could be blank on the B side. No music at all. Which one is correct? Why can a first printing of Arlo Guthrie's album Arlo be worth upwards of $300? What mustard? No. I actually have this album. I was gonna see if I could find it. It would probably take me longer to find that album, but I have it. I have it down here somewhere. I ain't got no Barry Morphew album, but I got Barry Manilow. I don't know where it is. I'd have to follow. Arlo Guthrie is in with Donovan and Bob Dylan and Arlo Guthrie. I have all of them in a section together in there. One of these days, I'm going to sit down and actually, catalog them, by either genre or, alphabetically. Because this record is written on the record. That's Arlo's OnlyFans. This is a record? Mountain Lion, Barry Morphew album? I don't have any record albums by Barry Morphew, but I've got Barry Manilow. Got myself some Liza Minnelli too. Oh, there's Bob Dylan. Donovan. Yeah. All right, question number 14. The correct answer is D as in dog. The first 100 records that were produced, pressed, and released all had a complete blank side. It looks like there are actually songs recorded and on the record, but the B side is blank. There's nothing there at all. There's a groove cut in them. Looks like there's different tracks there, but there's absolutely nothing to it at all. You put it on and it's just nothing. And this is it was a record that ranged in the $16 to $25 range, depending upon condition, according to GEMM.com, where the record has been selling, but it is now shot up in price. The Gold Mine, which is a record collector's guide, magazine, and book, Gold Mine, they list the record, the rare, if you will, misprint as they call it. They say that record can be upwards of $500. Now, of course, you can say anything's worth that much money, but it all depends on what people are going to really pay for it. It actually says KP Peanuts. Warning, may contain nuts. Nudes of folk singers don't fetch a lot. Just that warm vinyl smell. All right, question 15. Between 2016 and 2021, what was the number one way people tried to silence YouTube channel creators? This was a crime then and still is to this day. Even if YouTube made it harder to do, reporting them for plagiarism. B, reporting them for stealing copyright. C, reporting others for using copyright music. Or D, trademark infringement. I got lost on question 5. Armchairs metadata. I just saw that. It's funny. Oh, I forgot all about Mr. Metadata. He knows everything about the metadata. Oh well. Sharing Bob Dylan's nudes. Confused. People try to silence YouTube creators. Oh yeah, it's a big thing. It is a very, very big thing on YouTube. If you can't tear them down and by trying to get people to unsubscribe and turn on that on that channel, the next thing you do is you just start false reporting them for everything and anything you can find and you can think of. They stole your content. They are using a trademark infringement on music or a design or something. That's the next way to harass them. To shut them the hell up. Just get them off of the internet. It happens. It happens an awful lot. Or driving a Yugo. Wow, we humans suck. Well, there are a portion of society, Pigeon Mac, that really are petty individuals. They're petty and they want to be successful, but they believe the only way to be successful is if you eliminate your partners, the people who compete against you. Now that happens in business right now today. Look at Amazon. When it comes to Amazon and Jeff Bezos, anybody that competes against him, or does something that looks like it may encroach upon, his avenue to make money, he buys them out. Well, if I can't, beat you one way, I'll beat you another way. If you don't want to sell to me, then I'll just crush you otherwise. That's the world we live in. And it comes to same thing with Samsung and Apple when it comes to cell phones. They'll crush anybody else that really tries to compete and take a share of the market, or they have to come to them to buy the supplies that they've artificially inflated to make their phones. You can't get the chips or whatever, but it happens all the time. So it's not too much of a surprise when it happens even on YouTube with one channel creator to another. I have 3 subs and 2 vids. Pigeon Mac, is Pigeon Mac your channel name? Pigeon Mac. Apparently, I have 18 subscribers and no content. Gonna upload some local footage to subscribers only, just to test the waters. You do that, Samantha. There are a lot of people out there. My friend has a YouTube channel. He's never released a single video, never done a live, never did anything. But people know who he is because he's in the comment section, of videos, and he likes to participate in live streams. Every once in a while, I'll see him over on Web Sleuths or other sites, when they're doing streams. But he has like 550,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's never put out a single piece of content. I subbed. All right, question 15. The correct answer is D as in dog. Trademark infringement. That was a huge issue for the longest time on YouTube. As you can see, for 5 years there, people used it as the number one way to get rid of another creator, or saying that the next one was copyright, and then stealing of actual content, plagiarism was number 2, number 3, number 4, in that order. But the trademark infringement, either the design of a logo, the style or font of something was a trademark infringement. And for the longest time, YouTube just kind of took it at the person making the complaints word, just like copyright music in content. They said, "Oh, okay, well, this person is saying it's their content." You, as the creator, then had to prove it was not actually stolen, content. So, how did you do tonight, everyone? Did you get 12 to 15 correct? 8 to 11? 4 to 7? 3? Or were you E, mountain lion correctness level? I'll take dragons and myths for 500, Alex. It is like my name, Pigeon Mac. I got 3 right. Well, you got a letter. JDR got E, mountain lion correctness. There you go, JDR. Pigeon Mac, the one I found has 11 subs. Is that you? Pigeon Mac. And then you went, and that's right there at the top with an actual pigeon, the Pigeon Mac. 14 subscribers, Pigeon Mac. It says that you have 14 subscribers. Oh, wow. I grew. There you go. I mean, all you need is 886 more, and you could be making 1/10 of a cent per video. View. 1/10 of a cent. I say that because that's what I make, is 1/10 of a cent per view. One correct because I copied everyone else. I just quadrupled my subs. A moment beside a stream has 42 views, and returning has 28 views. Wait, how can that be? You have 2 videos, but you have playlists. These must be videos you've uploaded or shared the playlist of. Cooking. You updated yesterday. Learning these beats. Subscribe to Pigeon Mac. Aren't we all good people? I love you all. Oh, thank you, Samantha. I appreciate that. Yeah, my playlists are other channels. There you go. Well, a lot of people actually hide their playlists. Because like on my channel, when I have a notification right there on my dashboard, and you should as well, that shows you who just subscribed to you, your new subscribers. That now that you've quadrupled your subscribers, you can then click on the name on the it says new subscribers, and you can look at what channels they like, what playlists they have, if they don't block that stuff. A lot of people do. They block what they watch, and and they hide their subscriber list and stuff like that. You don't have to. I mean, I'm not telling you you have to, but I mean, I'm just saying that people, they do that. Because I look at what other people are watching. Just be, I'll probably get the full screen up here. Here I am. I'm here. I'm not in my little window anymore. It's nice to be nice, and being nice makes you feel nice. It does. Treat others as you wish to be treated. That's my golden rule. Don't know what to say, but thanks for subs and the advice. Anybody who out there who has ever considered wanting to start a YouTube channel, I have one simple rule for you that is the golden rule to live by. Don't ever worry about what the numbers say, like how many subscribers you have, how much people are watching. Don't ever worry about that. Do whatever makes you happy. Make content when you want to make it, and and only do it when you want to. Don't feel like, damn it, I gotta get a video up, I need to make another one, I need to go viral. Don't worry about all that stuff. There's too many people who get lost into that, and then they just give up because it's no longer fun for them. They don't find the enjoyment in it anymore, and once the enjoyment's gone, they're gone. They're like, you know what, I don't have to upload anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. That's the way a lot of people, they get to that point. It burn out, whatever, you want to call it. Just be you and do what makes you happy. Life is way too short to be miserable. I have severe social anxiety, PTSD, and TBI. And I'm limited in making art by physical and mental obstacles. So I just move really slowly. I really appreciate encouragement. Thank you so much for the kind words. Well, thank you, Pigeon Mac. Even if it's just setting a camera down, and taking a look at the world around you, that the environment and the world that you live in, and just displaying it that way. Think of it as, what does the world look like through your eyes? When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing that you see? What is the last thing that you see? Throughout your day, what brings Pigeon Mac, happiness? What brings Pigeon Mac stress? What brings Pigeon Mac, the ability to laugh on, and carry on for another day? Every one of us are living in this world, and we may be living with other people. Maybe we're all alone at the same time, but how we see the world through our eyes and how we perceive it is different from the next person who might be standing right next to us. That's what I mean. Just do it from your perspective. If it's local, if it's just going somewhere and setting your camera down and taking a video of something that you like watching or looking at every day. And this is what I like to see. This is what brings me happiness. Sometimes a crowded room can feel so lonely. Oh, hell, I know that feeling, Samantha. Gotta go, Sal? Well, thank you, Sal. Thank you for being here with us. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. I'm a flatbed truck driver, Pigeon Mac. I drive all the time over this country, and I don't have time to create. I've posted on Swagit though. Well, that's cool, Reichardt. I got all my sisters and me. There you go. I will download and look for you. Love truck drivers for making the country work. Thank you. I believe the same thing. Now we'd all be screwed without truck drivers getting things from store to store, as you might have seen during the last year if you're in America. Jude, welcome. C. Well, I think Jude is a little bit behind on the questions because we're done with the questions. Breaker on the side. Whoever heard of a duck that can't swim? Hey, Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Rubber Ducky, Black Widow, etc. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we need another music night. It's on the. It's one of the suggestions, Cement Shoes. Thank you for suggesting it. I definitely have it on the list of suggested videos. Oh, one last thing before we go. I finally found the meal plan for Seagoville Federal Penitentiary. Okay, I've been telling everybody for the longest time I had this stupid thing. I just couldn't find it. I had stuck it in the file for Anna Duggar. But for Josh Duggar, when does he get Hot Pockets? That is the $1 million question. On Friday afternoon. It is an alternative item on the lunch menu on Fridays. So on the lunch menu, these are, I'll just read the lunch options. Every week they try to rotate something in and out on Fridays. So the meals are different for lunches versus, this Friday, next Friday is different. But one week they have lasagna or a tofu Italian pasta, garden salad with salad dressing and garlic bread, and a beverage. That's one Friday. The next Friday is chicken fajitas or tofu fajitas. It depends on what that person is eating, what diet plan they're on. Cilantro rice, black beans, whole kernel corn, salsa, and 2 flour tortillas, and a beverage. The next Friday, they have the option. This is basically up to the kitchen manager who is in charge of the kitchen. It's either 2 Hot Pockets, ham and cheese Hot Pockets, or a chicken patty burger. Those are the 2 options on the third Friday. So then it's fries with that, either Hot Pockets with fries or chicken burger with fries or tater tots, either one, with a side green salad and beverage. So that is it's on Fridays. So now we know which day of the week is an option at Seagoville Federal Penitentiary where they can be served Hot Pockets. No, this is not in peace. This is for the whole entire prison, Reichart. Protective custody or in segregation, they eat the same thing. They just bring them their meals. But there's other parts of the PC protective custody where they actually get to move and go to another building where they're actually served meals. But in Josh Duggar's actual housing unit, the meals are brought to them in their housing unit. I don't know why. It's probably because of security, but Josh is currently in solitary confinement. Or at least he was as of, today's Sunday. That would have been Thursday, the last time I checked. Hot Pockets with pepperoni and cheese are kind of good. I've never had many of the different varieties of Hot Pockets. I think the last one I had ham and broccoli or something in it. Not my thing. It was indeed. Thank you, Pigeon Mac. May you have a wonderful week. Scary Nona. Just saw the name. I hope you had a wonderful week and weekend, Scary Nona. Ham and broccoli doesn't sound stellar. Nah. Empanadas are good. Ooh, I haven't had empanadas in a while. That sounds good right now. Although Kayla is having Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes and gravy right now, and that sounds really good. Smoke them if you got them. Yes, smoke them if you got them. But I finally found that meal plan for it. In case anybody out there wants to write a letter to, Josh Duggar, you need his inmate number. It's 42501-509. That is Josh Duggar's prison inmate number. 42501-509. But I'll put that over there. I made my first batch of vanilla extract on January 8th. It takes 2 months to make. Looking forward to it. There you go. Oh, thank you, Sketty Nana. I appreciate that. Imagine that was your new name. Wish the Unabomber, Theodore Ted Kaczynski, could send one last letter to Josh Duggar. I don't think he really would have an issue with Josh Duggar. Ted had an issue with technology. And I really think that when it came to Ted Kaczynski, if it wasn't for the fact that they changed the way that in the direction that the airplanes were taking off and landing at the airport near him, if it wasn't for that and then flying directly over the top of his little cabin off the grid, he probably would have just lived out his life off the grid and been a pissed off, curmudgeon little hermit. But when they did that, that just set him off. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Dennis, I appreciate it very much. Such a waste of an IQ. He was a very, very smart man. He still is a bright individual. But there are a lot of people out there that are, that have high IQs that are brilliant and they waste their talents on doing other things in this world. It could drive you crazy, by the way. Yeah. Yes, he needed a dance partner. He was an incel. Yeah. Yeah. And look at all these years since Nikola Tesla has gone, passed away. I mean, now people are looking back at Nikola Tesla and his inventions and his work, and they're like, I guess he wasn't that crazy after all. You never know. Sometimes, people are just way ahead of their time. Right to the bone, Carnarian. Incel for 500, Alex. This man has been known to mail bombs across America. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up tonight's trivia night here. I really do appreciate everybody. Give this a thumbs up if you haven't. I really would appreciate that. And let's see, which trivia, what do we have next week? Next week is creators who've committed crimes on the 26th. On March 5th, we have current crimes. These are people who, are in the news right now who have committed crimes. That's March 5th. Then we have a toss-up of three other ones, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to schedule yet for the after that. But I figure I'm already up to March 5th. But Asian 99 night to you as well, and everyone. Thank you again, and I hope that each and every one of you has a wonderful week ahead, and you stay safe out there. And thank you for joining me, each and every one of you. Please go check out the channels that we suggested tonight. Excuse me. Looks like Pigeon Mac is busting. Let's see where he's at before we leave. And Pigeon Mac is up to 18 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. 18. Never know, Pigeon Mac. Now, we've given you the ball. It's time for you to metaphorically run with it if you want to do something else with it. Sub to both? All right. Well, thank you again, everyone. You all have a terrific week. Thank you.